Hello guys, Javad is here and this is the 21st session of Revit Architecture Free course. Make sure to check the other episodes, and this episode we want to talk about the crop regions, plotting PDFs and exporting DWGs in Revit. For example, we have this A3 sheet in here and we want to bring the floor plan in this here. Let's bring it in. You can see when we bring the ground floor plan into our sheet, it is bigger. You have two ways in here. We have scaling and also you have crop region. When you do scaling, it will scale the whole area, but with crop region, for example, you can cut one places or some areas of your plan and you can bring other parts in your sheet. Let's learn it. For example, I have this plan in here and it is a really heavy plan. And I want to enable the crop region for it to make to be able to share it in two separate sheets. For example, I want it in half and I want to slice this plan to two parts. So for that, you can go in here and in here you can activate the crop region, and you need to wait. And if you can see the crop region boundary, you need to activate the crop region or show crop region in here. And then you will see the crop region in here, and then you can specify a specific size. For example, if you have a specific space, you can specify a specific size in here, and then let's bring it, for example, in here. And now we have a view that is just for half of this view, and let's bring it down in this part too. Now even it is really lighter to work because Revit does not processing these elements in here right now, and that's how this is much lighter. Now we've created our crop region, and now that's the time that we need to create our sheets. To create a new sheet in your project, you need to go to the sheets in your project browser and right click on it and then click on new sheet. And then you will have to you need to specify the title block or the paper's title block or title block family that you want to use. What is a title block? Title block, let me show you a sheet in here. Title block is this family that we have in here, which will give you the ability to write the author's name, the architecture firm, and all of the parameters that you need on your sheet. And it's called title block in Revit. So in here, when you create a sheet, you need to specify your title block in here. If you don't like them, you can go to the insert tab and you can go to the load families. And in the families that you have, for example, let's go to the libraries and US metric, and in here you can go to the title block folder. And now you can bring any title block that you want. For example, maybe this one would be, all right, let's bring it and let's wait a little bit and let's create a sheet according to the title block that we brought. That's the one that we've brought. Let's click on OK. And now you need to, you can bring your view just with drag and drop. For example, that view was this one. That's it. And if it was too big, you can change the scale of it to activate the scale of this view in here. Just right click on it or double click on it, or right click it and click on activate view, or just double click on it, and then you will have the settings of this view, and you can even create new things in that view in here, even in your sheet. For example, let's put it on 150. We can't do it because we have a view template in here. Let's turn off the view template in here, and now let's put it on 150, and you can see it is much bigger, or you can change it to 200, and now it will be much smaller. But be careful because these dimensions will change their size according to the plan that you have. A trick in here, if you want to create a PDF, make sure you bring big title blocks, and just because in PDF it doesn't matter to have a bigger paper because all of them will be same in your computer. But otherwise, if you would put it in a really little and small title block, you had to you have to make the scale on something 1/200, and that's bad because most of the line weights will be so bad in that scale. Okay, this is great, and let me bring it to 100, 1/100 in here, and that's great for me. And now just double click outside of it, and now we are in sheet, and let's bring the view down, for example this part, or maybe we need to put it on 150, 1/200. Okay, that's great. Let's bring it in here, and then we have something called view title in here. You can bring the view title in this part. As the name describes, this is the title for view name, and it will show the scale of it, and also the name of your plan that you have, and you can change the family in here, or you can put it on no title, and you will have no title. Let's bring another view in here too, for example this one, and you can see the message shows me that it will tell you when you place one view in another sheet, you can place it in another sheet too. If you want to place, for example, a view from your basement view in two different sheets, you need to create a duplicate from it. Let's create a duplicate, and let's put it on duplicate with detailing, and you need to bring the duplicate in your sheet. For example, let's bring this duplicate in here. This one, let's bring it in here, and it is too big, we need to put it on 1/200, and that's okay. Let's bring it up, or you can use crop region, or you can use a bigger scale, maybe 1/500, and you can see it is destructive, and you can see the annotations are getting bigger and bigger, so you need to change all of the annotations that I mentioned, or as I said, you can use that trick that I said, and you can use a big paper size and pay a big title block if you're exporting PDFs, and the paper size is not that important in PDFs. Okay, this sheet is great for me. I use crop region to make it smaller, and now we have our sheet, and you can bring more views, or you can place a view title for this one. And for example, because we have no view title in here, we can put it on another view title that we have, and now it is much descriptive in this way. We have a view title for this one, but the view title is in here. Let's bring it up, and now we are good to go, and we've created our sheet. You can create multiple sheets with the exact way that we've explored right here. And also, before diving into some other parameters, you can see some of the elements in your sheet will be parametric. For example, you can name your sheet in here, or in these properties in here. For example, let's name it TAT test, and you can put the project number, and some of them are not editable in here, and some of them are. And for example, you can change a sheet number in here, and the scale will be written by these infos that we have in here, and we have a date and time of the sheet, and also we can change the author of it. For example, let's change the author of it. Now you can see we have the author of this sheet in here, and that's the way you can bring parameters in your sheet. If you want to have a tutorial about the parametric title block, make sure to comment down below and ask it. I will create one for creating custom title blocks too. And also, there is a tip about the line weight management. You can manage it with visibility graphic, and can change it in cut or in projection. And also, if you want to change it for all of your views, you need to use object style. You need to go to the object style and go to the specific category that you have, and then change the line weight from 1 to 16. The 1 is the thinnest one, and the 16 is the thickest one. You can change the exact dimension of each class of line weights in Revit by go to the Manage tab, Additional Setting, and Line Weight. You can see the real thickness of each class in different scale.
Hey Javad, did you print the drawings for me?
No, boss, I just uploaded the PDF files on our cloud.
I said I want the paper drawings. I can't work with PDFs. I want them right now.
You're such an idiot.
Did you say anything?
No, boss, I will create PDFs right now. Even now, we have to work with paper drawings in some of the places, or we want to create some PDFs. Both of them have the same way in Revit 2022 that we are working with it to create a PDF or paper drawing or print how to print this sheet. You need to go to the file menu and in here click on print and then click on print in here. And in here, if you need to choose if you have a printer connected, you will have the printer in here. Or if you want to create a PDF, you can go to Microsoft PDF or any PDF engine you're using. For example, let's use Microsoft PDF, and then in here you have two options. If you have multiple sheets and you want to print a set of sheets, you can go to the views and sheets in here, and then let's uncheck the views in here, and I want, for example, all of my sheets, and let's check them. And some of them are landscape and portrait, and they are different. You need to print landscape and portrait sheets separately. But let's click on OK, and then you can save your set to. And in here, specify the place that you want to save your PDF or paper drawing. If it's a paper drawing, it's useless, but let's create a PDF in here. And in here, we have two options. If you are creating a PDF, you have two options. You can create a file with all of the sheets in it, or you can create a separate PDF for each file. Let's put it on combine multiple files into one PDF. And then you have the reverse order, and in here we have a settings which is really important. Let's put the name on default. We don't want any setup in here. The size of the paper is really important. Let's put it, for example, on A3, and in here I want to fit to page because the scale of all of them are not exact at the same. So I want to put it on fit to page, but it's not good for scaling. It's just okay if you have dimensions in your drawings. Let's put it on fit to page, and in here it's gray. Let's put it on landscape, and in here if you have shadows and those kind of rendering elements, you need to put it on raster. If you want to make it a lightweight PDF, make sure to put it on vector. And also if you have shadows, Revit will decide to print it raster. And in here you can put on you can specify the raster quality. Let's put it on presentation. And also for the colors, you can put it on black lines, grayscale, and color. Let's put it on grayscale in here. And we have some elements in here that are not really important. Just put them on default. Click on OK. And in here, just click on OK. Let's specify the place again. Click on save. Now you need to wait until you would have the PDF. Now we have our PDF. Let's print it in here. As you can see, I've printed some of them, as I said, because I've get the PDF in landscape, but some of my sheets were portrait. It will cause problems. You need to print them separately. Now you can see we have all of our sheets as this exact thing that we saw them in our Revit project. And also another tip, if you don't like this video, you will get cursed and you will need to work with all of the paper drawings with rest of your life. So make sure to like it. Now we've got to the place that all of you are waiting for, and that is how to export DWGs from Revit. It has lots of details, but I'm not going to cover all of them. It's a beginner course in here, so I will cover the essential things. To create a DWG, you can go to your sheets, or you can go to the view and go to the file in here, click on export in here, and in here go to the CAD format, and you have DWG in here. Okay, now we have this window in here. You have some parameters in here. If you want this only view or sheet that you are in, put it on this one, or if you want some other sheets and views, put it on this one. And now you have all views, all sheets, or all views and sheets in this model. And for example, put this in on this one, and in here you can specify each one that you want to make DWGs for it, let's put it on just current view on current view or sheet. And in here we have some settings too. To bring the settings, click on this one in here, and now you have lots of settings in here. For example, for the layers, you can specify which category are gonna be in which layer in AutoCAD, and also you can specify the color of it. You can specify the cut layer of it and all of those parts in here, and you can go to the lines and you can specify each element, and you have lots of elements. And it is great to put it on automatic detection because we don't know all of them, and it is a little bit hard to waste your time on all of them unless you know all of them and you know what are you doing. And I will have another video specifically for this, so it's just a beginner guide in here. Put it on automatic guide in here, and we are good with all of these settings. You can change some of the settings in here. For example, you can change the unit of it, and also in general we have some elements in here. For example, if we have export rooms, spaces and areas as polylines, it is great for me. Let's check this one, click on OK, and now click on next, and let's specify a place in here. You can put the name on automatic, click on OK. Now we have our DWG file. Let's open it, and you can see most of the things are okay with us. If you are not okay with some of them, you can change you can go to the layer management, and because Revit will export these things in layers, you can modify each layer, and also you can do anything you want with DWG. And that was the 21st session of Revit architecture course. Make sure to watch other sessions of this course in here, and if you're familiar with Revit, make sure to introduce this course to your friends.